Now we are live. Hi, everybody. Scott and I are going to tell you up front. He's frozen right now. We're having freezing problems. And if this becomes too much of an issue, we are going to bow to Mercury being retrograde and there being a full moon tomorrow night, and our show will be short. But if the StreamYard gods and the YouTube gods like us, then we will be okay. So, how are you, Mr. Scott? He's frozen again.
Oh,
No,
I'm good.
good.
I'm frozen. Oh,
You were for a second there.
just grandpa. Oh, I'm a grandpa again. If people don't know, Morgan was born on Tuesday, and after the show, we're gonna head over and go see the little guy.
Oh, good.
Any other grandbaby?
There's 3 in that family, right?
Yep, 3, and my other daughter has one girl.
Good. And Morgan is a little boy.
Little boy, got my middle name. Yay!
Yay! I saw that. Morgan Scott. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Do you have anything to start off with? I did a reading before everything started glitching. That's how I figured out it glitched, because this camera wouldn't work.
Oh, okay. I can
This
do that
is
to go along with
this
yours.
is for the full moon. This is for this week coming up with the full moon, and I can tell you right now, grounding being in restate is clearly a statement about dealing with the retrogrades we're going into. It's rethink and not to be blinded by the easiest path. So when you run into stuff, look at it carefully before you move forward. That's going to be really important. Now, where are we the rest of the week? Well, we actually have some wonderful things. We've got in water, which is the energy moving out. We have our clarity, which says you have all the clarity you need. Follow one of the paths and use your life force to resolve your problems. And then we have the spirit. And this is really cool because this says that the transmutation we've been going through is completed. So this full moon is calling in a complete adjustment to all the changes. Now, what are the changes? They're in great places. The body is in true, and it's a yes kind of week. A lot of good stuff's going to be coming in. And it's a tree of life with the body. And it says seek harmony through physical forms. So this would be a good week to go out and do something you really like to do. Go have some fun, because our mind is in the crown chakra, and it says your mind is in position to understand all the changes. So this would be a great week, guys, especially for everybody who's been sitting there thinking, I've been stuck in the mud and I can't move forward. This is going to be a great week for that, for moving forward, not for being stuck in the mud. So what'd you get, Scott?
Yeah, it isn't too bad. I see here. I get the world. So we got completion. We got multiple things happening all over. The hangman and then judgment. So I think things are. Yeah, I think things are coming out that are going to put pressure on many things in our lives and this administration. And that's complementary with the Ace of Swords, Truth to Power, 2 of Wands, and then the walking away feeling with the 8 of Cups. So I think there's a lot of pressure this week on this administration. They can't, I don't think they can hide these lies that have been constantly going on. And it feels like good movement forward.
Well, like Johnson, what was it, that statement he made yesterday, that they're in place to protect all his cronies and the big money? This is anecdotal corner. This is not that I took a massive survey, but Friday night I was supposed to work a party, and due to a bunch of mix-ups, they weren't where they were supposed to be. Anyway, I had to take a ride home, a Lyft ride home. And my Lyft driver told me where he lived, and he lives in a more conservative, more red area around me. And we were talking, and I said, "Oh, I ran a political campaign in your area, and I'd run a congressional race that fell into this little town he lives in." And he said, "Are you a Republican or Democrat?" And I said, "I'm a person who thinks everyone who can vote should vote, and they should be given all the information they need." He said, "Then you're a Democrat." Couldn't fool him. But he said he voted for Trump 3 times. And he said, "I would never vote for him." And he said, "And certainly not going to vote for anyone on the Republican ticket now." I said, "I mean, Paxton, the guy who should have been in jail 7 years ago, like his co-conspirators?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm not voting for any of them." And he said, "But what do I do?" And I said, "Then you look at all the possibilities of who you could vote for and decide to, with a positive mindset, go vote for the people you can understand." And he said, "Oh, it's like it never occurred to him." You didn't vote. And he said, "Is that how you vote?" And I said, "Yeah, I voted for Republicans. I have voted for Republicans in local races that I knew were better than the Democratic candidate that was up." Now, you get much above our local level, there are very few. And there aren't even any left right now that I'd vote for. But anyway, but that's my anecdotal corner about meeting a guy who spends 60 hours a week driving a Lyft, his political opinions on the world. He said the best thing about doing Lyft is he couldn't watch Fox News all day. I'm like,
don't tell him there's podcasts.
No. I told him to watch my podcast. Maybe he'll be watching us this morning. Although he's driving 60 hours a week, he's probably not watching me this morning.
It's like Wisconsin. We have 6 people running for governor. In August, we got to make a choice. And as far as that choice, you just look at people that you relate with, that inspire you, that have character, and we hope for the best.
Yeah, and go to places like Ballotpedia and the League of Women Voters who survey candidates. And one thing, I would never vote for a candidate that wouldn't fill out a survey. This is a chance for them to tell everybody and for everybody to see it in a neutral forum. What's their problem? What are they hiding? I mean, that's my first thing, that they're hiding. Trust me, the candidates that I had to virtually almost pin into the bathroom and say, "You're not leaving this room till you finish this." They were always the ones that were going to, fudge and I ran with liberal, and sometimes I want to say the word non-denominational, but nonpartisan. Non-denominational churches, nonpartisan is politics. And I had a few that were they were in it for the power, and they're very difficult people for me to understand because.
Good morning, Indigo Child. I have
Indigo Child joined us.
I have voted Republican also before, but like you just said, since the felon became president and all the lies and them going along with them, I will never vote Republican again either.
So we're going to go to. Are you done? We've had our intro that we need to for today. Okay, we're going to questions. Nivra, will the book I'm writing be successful and help anyone? I pulled you one card, Knight of Swords. That means it's going to be charging right ahead, so that looks good for you. But you're going to have to push your own product, girl. What'd you get, Scott?
Hierophant.
Okay.
I think that's very good, obviously, but I think you need to be with the right publisher, the right kind of outreach, and then it'll be good.
I mean, it's not going to be a case of if you build it, they will come. You're going to have to work on bringing it to their attention too. But good luck on that, Nivra. Sage Burner. Since T invaded Venezuela and he sold $3.7 billion of their crude oil. From the recent earthquake, they were to be given $150 million. Well, they get more of their own money to help with recovery. And the reason that's an R is there's only so many letters that can be in a question box. So let's see if they're going to get more help with recovery.
The reason they were given 150 million.
Yeah. They've already pledged 150 million to help them.
We have?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Relief for Venezuela.
Yeah, I think they are. I got the Ace of Wands. It's a new beginning for Venezuela because of its vulnerability. Here you can see the money's coming. Money's coming. It's going to come from a bunch of countries, not just the U.S. But there will be a point where it ends because they have to handle the money responsibly. And they're never going to have enough to rebuild everything they need to rebuild. There never is enough when you have earthquakes. Like they had bad, it was 7.8. That's a bad earthquake. They haven't had an earthquake in 100 years. What'd you get, Scott?
California gets them all the time.
Not 7.8s, they don't. They had 4.5s and 5 point somethings, but
yeah. Yeah, I got the Ace of Wands too, so positive energy coming through. Then I get my Hermit, but I'm feeling that's like a spiritual illumination to help with the conflicts of the Five of Swords. So yeah, they're going through a tough time. I see a contract coming through, and I see funding coming. My coins card of coming, Queen of Swords, and the Empress, my Empress card.
good.
So yeah, I do see help coming.
Okay.
More than Puerto Rico got.
That's true. But we don't know what country Puerto Rico belongs to if you're in the contiguous 48, apparently. Oh, this is an ugly one. I didn't know what this even was, but will China's Yulin Dog Festival end soon? That's the big month-long festival of eating dog meat.
So they have a festival where they just eat dog.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, and humane societies from all over the world go in because they steal people's pets. And they went in and they found a bunch of chipped pets and they found a bunch of dogs with collars and rescued them from it. And there was one group that swooped in and grabbed a truckload of them, and there were like 395 dogs that they rescued. I did a little research on this morning because I knew nothing about this, but I'm going to ask if it's going to end if this will be stopped. It's in one of the provinces in China they have a word for it, but it means it's kind of its own thing. It's one of those sort of Wild West kind of provinces. It's not going to end anytime soon. And it's ugly.
There is a lot of conflicts with it going forward. There's some Five of Cups heartbreak along with it. But unfortunately, I don't see it ending either.
Nope.
I do get my outcome. I do have the Five of Swords. You know, it's abusive. There's conflicts there. There's betrayal, struggles. But it's I get the Magician and Empress next to that. So it almost feels like a deity ritual kind of feeling.
They consider it cultural and they don't want to talk about it. So Fluffy and Buffy and Muffy all go to the meat market. But then there are people who like rabbits who would think. We got people from Canada and California today. Okay, let's see what our next question is, Scott. I'm going to let you handle the next couple questions. Okay. Will Little Mikey Johnson's comment about him running the protection program for Trump's donors and family lead to any kind of downfall?
Protection program. Oh, this man.
By the way, guys, we are on a Mercury retrograde, and the full moon is this week, so we're going to look a little bit.
Mikey Johnson. Well, yeah, I mean, he's protecting Trump, so yeah, in my mind, I'm getting, the felon is going to be his downfall, protecting him, because we're going to crush him in the midterms, for one. So let's see what the cards have to say about Mr. Mike Johnson, the worst speaker ever. Thought it'd be hard to beat McCarthy, but he did it.
Yeah, well, he had to be pretty much bottom of the barrel. He had to probably drag him out of the bathroom where he's hiding. Don't vote for me.
Okay. There's a lot of protection there of money. The riches, the Ten of Pentacles, the Star. He's doing a lot of deflection here with the Two of Swords for the wealth of that family and donors. Current energy is Six of Cups, Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. He's not working for the United States. He's working for his and the Republican interests, and 45. Going forward, I get the Fool, the Queen of Swords, and the Devil. Yeah, his actions are going to be legalized. I think he's going to, there's legal trouble coming from him, I think. This Devil, the greed, the money taken, everything that's holding him back, he's chained. So yeah, he made huge mistakes there. Then I get the Liar card, the Seven of Swords. The celebration will be when he walks away from government. He's going to be going away.
Yep. Or his ability to do what he wants to do will be going away.
Yeah, he's
and
leaving.
Maybe he'll be able to pass that.
His future is leaving power.
The anti-corruption law that got
High Priestess on the bottom. Written. I believe the Republicans will have a huge downfall this year.
They lose Texas, they will. No, well, if Texas or California. Poor Buttigieg. Thank you, Troas backwards, and for both of the donations. He put in there, he meant to do 60 if you add them up. They did add up to 60. This is last one he did, and he also did a $40 one. So we're going to go to starred comments now. Okay, this was one that came in through my feed for someone who put it in last night. Will America reject Israel finally with this Iran fiasco? I don't think they will ever reject Israel, but I think a lot of its most favored nation status will go. Until they get rid of Bibi, at least, or a Bibi-esque person. Okay, what I get is yes and no. This is the card of labor and doing things right. They know that Israel's just done everything it could possibly do to be wrong. And then they've always felt like they were in the position of the power, and right now they do have control of the people who push the triggers in the US government, but that's really about to end. And Israel doesn't have many places to run, to get up, to move on to a new place. They're in their homeland. There's no place else for them to go. I think reject is too hard a word, Carrie. I think what they're going to do is balance out their status. What do you see, Scott?
In the past, I get the funding and stuff we given them was for intelligence reasons mainly. The government sharing thing, so that's what I'm getting for the past relationship with a contract. The Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. The current energy, I'm getting like they're showing their hand kind of feeling. So Six of Wands, 10 of Cups, the Sun. So that shows a good relationship, a family card, a victory card. But what I'm feeling is that they're showing their hand who they truly are.
Mm-hmm.
So things will be changing in the future.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a change. So Queen of Pentacles feels like the funding that we've been giving them. Hierophant, that again feels like the connection between governments. And then Six of Swords. There's a way to make it better. How to make things calmer between. My end cup, Seven of Cups in the end. All that glitter is not gold. The Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, the funding again, and then Nine of Swords, frustrations. So that just tells me again, along with other combinations, that it's going to change. The Seven of Cups makes me feel like we're going to demand in a future administration changes of how they act. Kind of like, if you're going to continue having wars, we're not going to fund you. You're on your own. That kind of feeling. So there's going to be changes. That's what I see in the future. Funding, yes, but it's conditional. That's what I'm saying for the future. We can see in the social media, much of America is rejecting Israel. But as far as our government functions, it would be conditional in a different government.
Let's see where to go. Okay. And I'm getting back to where I need to be. Okay. Oh, people were concerned when I was on earlier talking to them and explaining how I was straightening everything out. They thought you were coming, and they said, "Is Scott absent today?" No, he's there. You just don't have to be here at the crack of dawn. Make sure.
2 weeks I won't be. I'm running the softball tournament in our hometown. So yeah, I'll be here next weekend. That'll be July 4th weekend. Okay. The weekend after I will be gone.
Okay. And we'll let everybody know. And I'll have someone to come and be with me, so I won't be lonely. Will Little Mikey Johnson's comments about him running the protection program for Trump?
We did that.
We did that one? Okay. It's because I didn't undo it. And this is the next one. And we got get rid of you. Okay. Iran now says it will toll all ships from all countries from now on going through the Straits of Hormuz. Will America finally see what Trump has done and blame him? I don't know, but I tell you, the companies down here, they're playing games with the gas prices, because I was riding around in the lift to go to that thing, and gas was right at $3 a gallon. I know they're burning up the reserves to do it, but
maybe a better question. It depends on our social media.
Mm-hmm.
If you're stuck in a Fox News type social media atmosphere, you're not going to understand it all.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they actually start telling the truth. That's the biggest problem.
We could ask if the whole deal about the gas prices, Straits of Hormuz, if that's going to be an issue in the November elections.
I think a better issue is there going to be another spike in gas prices?
Okay. Let's do that one.
Because we're running low on the reserves. Ships aren't moving again.
Mm-hmm. I got no.
Spike in gas prices.
I got no. That's a no for what the goals of it are. Right now, nobody knows what it's going to do. I don't know. Maybe this could be that it is going to make it uncomfortable for people, or people are going to drive less, or they're going to be more conservative with the gas. There's still going to be enough to keep things going, but it's going to be a rough ride. So,
yeah, we had the current energy of losing money with that 5 of coins. There's going to be something happen here. I see there is going to be a spike again, briefly. Because I feel briefly, because I get justice along with the tower and that spike that's already happened. So it's like with justice, you got a leveling, but then you have a quick tower moment. So when things get to a point where it's like, oh crap, and then we're gonna have to refill, and then it kind of stables off.
But part of what has the federal government moved to reduce the federal taxes on gasoline?
The federal government, I haven't heard that. Some states have.
Okay, because I know if they do that, then that's lovely right now. I mean, it gets gas prices back down, but the only way roads ever get fixed in Texas is if the feds finally come in and do it, because our state's so stupid. Now, we may change that in November, but so if you, that's fine as a short-term strategy, but it's like when Biden finally did that Rebuild America thing, all of a sudden there wasn't anywhere you could drive in Dallas where you weren't in a traffic jam because they were down to 2 lanes. Yeah. I mean,
my outcome cards are good.
Good.
King of coins, queen of wands, ace of wands. So I do see a spike coming here, but it feels like we or Israel gets serious. I got another leader comes in that is negotiating, someone else that's got a better mind than what we got.
Than the ones we have running it now?
Yes. Yeah. Kushner, Witkoff, J.D. Vance are not the ones. I think it's another foreign leader, negotiator in Pakistan or something.
Okay.
Cooler minds make it good.
Well, the other thing that's happened is in the last year, there's been a 40% increase across the world in use of solar power. And we now use more solar power to heat and cool homes than gas and fossil fuels in this country. So they've inadvertently fixed some things, made some things better. Time magazine article about data centers cutting corners and safety violations. What dangers might occur to communities because of these issues?
No, all you have to do is look up what Elon Musk has done to Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good thing.
Or go to Michigan and find out how much higher their lead qualities were when they reversed some river. And remember that whole thing that happened in 2018 where all of a sudden these towns were completely destroyed, and they haven't done anything. I mean, they've done in some of the communities, they laid in new lead pipes, but there's still lead coming, contamination from the water. It's awful. Okay.
So yeah, everyone's talking about gas prices being down. Yes, they are, but that's because we're using up our strategic reserves.
Yes.
When that gets too low, they're going to go. Pew,
that's right.
Unless the world's oil is flowing like it was. So, dangers of these data centers.
Oh, yes. I got the star again, but right side up. Yes. Yes, and they're going to try to keep it as hidden as they can so we don't know about it. To fix it is going to be incredibly costly. They don't have a fix for it. This card means he's got all the pieces. He doesn't know how to build them, and it's going to hurt Mother Earth. So that's a 6 yeses. I mean, I know it's 5 cards, but it counts as 6 points. That's 6 yeses, and that's devastating. It's very dangerous.
In the past, I get like they were just projecting that this is going to be like a great thing to have these data centers. Moving as fast as they can to put them in with the Knight of Wands. Telling us it's going to be a public greatness for us, a public service. But then it's all about money. Page of coins, Queen of coins. But then it's going to cause problems for us with that 5 of coins. Losing money, losing infrastructure, having problems. We're going to need other people to step in quickly. Make sure everything is right. I do see that happening. You know, either these moratoriums start working, and then some regulators or investigations happen before they go through.
Well, not only that, but they can set them up all they want. It's just another way to spend the capital they've raised, but are they building it for something that's going to build? Or is it building it for something that they're projecting it could be, but it's not going to be? I think it's more that. If that made any sense at all. Maybe that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, where the heck is all this money coming from? Because the AI is losing money. You have to spend billions and billions and billions to construct these places. So what's going to happen? They're going to end up charging us to have them there to make money.
Hi, everyone. Mercury must be retrograde. We had to completely reconnect my computer systems and mouse. So I'm just warning everybody. Scott and I, when Scott first came on, he was on spin dial. He was on like in the dryer when it's not quite finished. So if we cut out, it's because we just got tired of fighting the network not working well.
But everything seems to be going good except for the first few minutes.
And congratulations, Grandpa Scott. Yes. And you got one for you and Morgan Scott. So we got
Mason, Maddox, Morgan, and Laney. I got 4 grandbabies now.
Mm-hmm. See, in that one household, all mom has to say is and they all run.
Yeah, they decided to make them all M names for some reason.
I know. Truth explodes. Thank you. I don't know what that's about, but I mean, we hope.
Probably from our reading, our initial reading.
Okay. Okay. What will happen to the Texas protesters that were guilty of terrorism under the ridiculous sentences for expressing their First Amendment rights? I think as time goes on, they'll get out because they'll be overturned.
Yeah, they'll be tossed. It's ridiculousness. Unless they harm someone, it'll get tossed. It's going to be a pain in the ass to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the chaos started. It's all about the devil. Sun will come truth. Lawyer will toss it and do the right thing with the King of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Or judges, King of Swords. Judges will toss it. But yeah, it just calls harder to get everyone to get lawyers, spend time in jail or whatever legal system.
Yeah, we're going to get to another one of those sorts of cases.
Unbelievable.
I agree with Nancy. Why would candidates not want to be on free, neutral advertising like Ballotpedia and the League of Women Voters? Thank you, Tea Garden Chicken. I knew they had to be the right person. They have garden in their name. Yeah, it's true. I don't understand why they would do that. Okay. Will upsurgent Democratic Socialist movement versus corporate Democrats who would want to quash it cause a messaging problem? Oh, Democrats always have a messaging problem. I mean, that's nothing new, but let's see if it's going to be really strong this midterms.
Well, the upset resurgent American social movement, corporate down. Let's see. So
I don't get good news on this question.
So the question is, will the Democrat Socialists winning benefit the Republicans?
Yeah, because what's going to happen is we're going to have 2 different messages coming out of the Democratic Party. And what I got is, yes, and I could have told you this was going to happen anyway, because they should be comfortable in riding forward and trying to create new things. But it's really going to be because there needs to be judgment on both sides. The real conflicts are going to show up in October. People won't be quite sure what to make of them, but I think people are going to try to they're going to bet for the better win for themselves, because either the Democratic corporates or the socialist part of the Democratic Party are better for the man on the street. So
so we got the new message coming in. So the 10 of Pentacles here in the past, that's about our abundance. So it makes me feel like the socialists talking about distributing wealth. Queen of Cups is my United States card, or feminine energy. But there is a 5 of Wands argument and, kind of splintering the Democrats, right? The High Priestess, the 8 of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. I think that means to me is the change, walking away from the old, like the corporate Dems, let's say, Chuck Schumer type, let's say. So I think there is a push and a movement, moving away from the old. 2 of Swords, Chariot, and 7 of Cups. I'm getting here. Not everyone's going to see this message properly in the Democrat establishment here, this movement. So there is some division there. Three of Cups, or Three of Pentacles, the hard work. Six of Wands, victory. Four of Pentacles, stability. And the Page of Swords. I think it's okay. I think this movement's going to be enough because America's had enough of the Republicans.
Right.
I do not see a benefit. It's going to be a struggle, but in the end, cooler heads are going to prevail. If there's a Democrat on the ballot, whether they're socialist or corporate, the movement's going to come with more of the Democrat socialist movement.
Right. And I think that I can't tell you how much it is that when you run a political campaign, you get money from both sides. You get money. We would get money from very conservative voters because in case your candidate won, they wanted to have that they help contribute to you getting there. You have no idea how much that happens all the time. Okay, show. California this is earthquakes again. California gets smaller ones, but that's good because it relieves the pressure and helps prevent the big one. Because we were talking about why Venezuela hadn't had an earthquake in 100 years. And all of a sudden gets one that would take things down to California.
I could see that, being a release instead of a big one. But yeah, I sent you that article that things are building, that there could be a big one, according to scientists or whatever that are looking at this.
They've been saying that since I was in college, Scott. I can remember them saying when I was in college, if California fell off, Vietnam would sink and part of Israel would sink, and it would solve a whole lot of problems that we were having in the world at the time. Notice that Israel's still in there being a problem now. So are we. But, I don't know. I'm much more worried about the one.
When was that big one in Sacramento area? Like 1912 or something, with all the damage, something around there.
Oh, the one
1906.
1906 took care of San Francisco, burned it to the ground.
Right. So it happened.
Oh, it happens.
They're probably expecting another one, maybe.
But they're building so that it won't be so bad. Yeah. Will we see more AI surveillance towers akin to the ones near the reflecting pool?
I guess they got some mobile AI surveillance thing, and then if someone walks by it, it AI warns you to get away. So there's like this mobile pull trailer thing, and it's got.
I've been watching a bunch of years worth of
surveillance on it. I think it's got some solar.
Well, they've screwed up the reflecting pool. I got a funny picture of the reflecting. Scott and I are going in and out here. We're talking over each other. There you are. Please talk.
I'm on. Are you on?
Okay. I got a really cool picture of someone did about the reflecting pool, and there were little eggs opening up like little dinosaur eggs, and little Stephen Miller clones were climbing out of all the eggs from the icky reflecting pool. They're gonna try and I watch a British series called Silent Witness, which is about forensic pathologists in London. And they have a lot of CCTV in England. They have a lot more surveillance than we have. and people still run around and do all kinds of horrible things. So I'm not too worried about it. Plus, I'm not going to be out dancing in front of a CCTV camera anytime soon.
No, I don't. I don't see a thing like that. They're getting rid of those flock cameras because they become a menace.
Mm-hmm.
They're
They're
saying
saying, of course, they're going to say the Venezuelan government, and that would worry me because the Venezuelan government's incredibly corrupt. Let's see if the money's going to go to the people. Is that true?
God, up and down. Yes and no. It's hard to say. Yeah, they're corrupt. I don't think they're doing the bare minimum. That's what it feels like. They get the delusions, and then they get all the help you can want, and then there's a disaster. I get heavy burdens, and then the Ace of Wands shows the energy helping, but then there's dark times. There's nothing. All my sets are either good, but then there's something bad. Ace of Swords is power and energy, success, but then you get the Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, stealing of money. So, yes, they're helping, but yeah.
I got the Page of Swords and I got the Wheel of Fortune upside down, so it's going to be a hard slog. I got a feeling they're going to get more money from things that are where the money comes in outside of the government, like through charities. Yeah.
But right now it's just all clean up and trying to find people. Yeah.
Well, they're what 48.
The ones that have passed and
1,400 are missing today. Was this swatting attempt on Buttigieg done to try to get him to not run for president? Absolutely. You know about that, Scott?
Yeah.
Okay.
Called CCP on his or CPS on his kit.
Right, and he had to go out of the house for a while.
Terrorist backwards he thinks Venezuela is skimming off the top. Two. Okay. What was the swatting attempt? These people don't like his message. They want to cause problems. They wanted to release his joy in abundance. Change his direction. It's kind of like a death threat thing. The Sun, King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, change his direction because he's been speaking, going out quite a bit. Yeah, every set is just about changing his momentum, not liking his message. So it's like another attempt of like death threats, except making it more public. So it could be just his messaging. They don't like that he's two gay men adopting kids. Everything about him. That's all it is. It's racism stuff and lifestyle. It's just hate coming through.
Okay, I'm marking some more questions. You saw that they're going to take all the rank badges off of all the chaplains, and they're making them take off all of the religious symbols as to what they're tied to.
This is so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, Pete Buttigieg will go do a speaking event and talk about God, and this is what you're supposed to
And if
learn and believe, but our chaplains can't have their rank. This is just these people. They need to be gone.
Okay. I've got 16 more starred.
Wow.
And I also think the swatting attempt will be seen for what it is, and just makes you, when those sorts of things happen, you fight harder. Got another super sticker. Thank you.
Thank you, SW.
And if you want to donate to me through Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, that I will send you a little 30-second oracle card reading. I already had one in there at 6:50 this morning. I don't know what. That's somebody who gets up early. Okay, happy Strawberry Moon, July 29th, including everyone. Yes, if you saw my graphics, they were all for the Strawberry Moon, full moon. And okay, this is a little bit local to me. As usual, WFA is pushing Paxton. I don't know why any ABC station is pushing any Republican. The federal government's trying to close down every ABC affiliate right now. And a lot of the ones where they really feel the pressure. I don't know if Dallas is doing it, but they have a little QR code you can scan so you can write to the FAA, FCC, and say you want to see the stations remain independent. Because that's been the ABC's been the channel I've had, Trump's administration's had the least successful in pushing around. But WFAA is just the poster child for very conservative Republicans. And there used to be a thing when I first came to Dallas called the White Citizens Council. Now it's just called the Citizens Council because they realized putting white in the front was a little too blatant an explanation of who they were. And that's just a front for them. The whole morning, they're attached to the morning news, which is just like makes us. There was a time when your major newspaper in your town could not own the major broadcasting outlet. That's another thing that Bush changed. Okay. Is the heat wave in Europe the new normal for every summer? Okay, let's see if.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's the El Nino pumping now.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna hit the United States too. I've seen the heat wave. It's Europe, the UK, but this week's gonna go through the middle of the United States up to DC. 110 humidity index.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't been bad here, guys. We've hit 100 if you consider the heat index, but we haven't hit 100 yet. And usually, I'm really bitching about the weather by this time.
Yeah, we're gonna hit 100 plus southern Wisconsin here this week. Humidity index.
Okay, what I got is no. It's not riding into becoming something, and we just don't see. We can't see what the whole plan of the universe is about dealing with this. There are ways to fix it, and there are people who are going to begin to invest in the things that will fix it. They won't stay hidden. They will be out front about doing it, but it's going to cost money. But you also can't have people dying in your streets. That's not a good look.
Yeah. We need to all get in the same page. But this administration is turning us backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Paying companies do not put up the windmills and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the moon with the Wheel of Fortune. So that tells me the moon is in cycles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a cycle thing, up and down, changes. Wheel of Fortune is changes too, good, bad, like the wheel. Circle of life. So I don't think it's a norm. It depends on how, like with this El Nino thing, changes. Yeah, that's about all of it. But yeah, you're right. I think we need to make changes. I get the Hermit, new laws with the Three of Coins, being the authority. We say all we want about China, but they're going green, green, green.
That's right. Because they already went to where you couldn't walk around the city, sort of like the Great Fog in 1952 in London. They had their problem with that. Okay.
I was seeing how they did some of their solars.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing the technology what they did.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. It shifts to the sun. It's got all these battery type things. There's movement. I don't remember, but it was amazing the technology they're using and doing to collect everything they can from the atmosphere.
I mean, it's bad when castles built in the Middle Ages are having the lead connections on the roofs of the castles where the tiles are, where it's getting so hot it's melting inside into the castles. That's bad because that's been there for a zillion hundred years. Does Tucker Carlson want to be president? No, Carlson just wants to be relevant. And that's why he said he's no longer a Republican. He just said that to shock everybody so people would talk about it. Because I hadn't thought about Tucker Carlson in months until he did that a couple days ago. So
does Stephen A. Smith, a sports reporter. Did you know there's supposed to be getting 6 to 18 inches of snow in the mountains of Idaho and Montana this week?
Oh, that's good. They need the snow. According to my friend in Colorado, they were thinking they could run out because they didn't have a good snowpack this winter. It starts snowing in Denver, though. I don't know that I want to be.
Tucker Carlson, it's a grift. 10 of Swords, he'll never be president. He'd be restricted from his messaging is restricted, and it's dark. Ace of Coins, making money. The Moon, secret thoughts, not going where he wants. It's a money message. That's all I get. He would never be. He's surrounded by the devil. So
what I got
he may want, but
I want no. He's never going to be part of the establishment. No, he just realizes for him it's kind of over, no matter which way the government goes. And no, he'll never be part of the government. And this is for the U.S. That's going to lead us to sunshiny days when Tucker takes a walk and gets the hell out of here. So,
yeah, he might do all right in like running for Senate in Tennessee or something.
No, even Tennessee. Come on, give him a break.
Nebraska, Oklahoma.
I don't know. There's some people are saying Oklahoma's going a lot more blue. That a lot of the money that used to pour in the Republican Party there right now.
Alabama elected a racist coach in Tommy Tuberville, so
yeah, and he's going to be governor now. That's what he's running for. So.
God, I hope not. Hope Doug Jones can beat him.
Will Mike Johnson see?
Well, basically, will Mike Johnson lose his re-election?
Okay.
I think last cycle he didn't even have anyone run against him, but this time I think I've seen he's got a pretty good Democrat opponent this time.
I thought they had him everywhere, but who knows? I mean, It's just in Texas we have them running everywhere, which is a miracle.
Will Mike Johnson lose? Will Mike Johnson lose his House seat in November?
Well, he's moving on to something else. I think if win or lose, he's not going to stay. He doesn't have the strength to do what he needs to do. The only reason he'd hang in there is for money, and the money's not going to be forthcoming. He's not going to be able to plot and plan. So,
What do you mean? He doesn't have a bank account. How can he go stay for money?
right. Who doesn't have a bank account? Thieves.
No, I get Mike Johnson winning. Page of coins, knight of coins, page of cups.
He's not going to stay long, though.
Yeah, there is a sun in the end. Clarities. Some kind of things coming to light. Judicial things with the courthouse or judgment upon him, and then 8 of Swords. And tensions, being isolated. The last reading I did have the 8 of Cups for him, so there is something happening after for him after the election. But yeah, I see him winning.
8 of Cups or 8 of Swords?
The previous reading I had 8 of Cups. This time
now
I
you
had,
got 8 of Swords. Okay.
This time I had 8 of Swords.
Okay. Does Ivanka take sadistic pleasure in rubbing our noses in her opulence, or is she just that vapid? I hate to tell you this, guy. She's just that vapid.
She's complicit. I remember this one interview. She was asked the question if she was complicit, and she didn't understand what it meant.
She didn't know what the word was. She never got that far in the SATs.
So the interviewer told her what it was, and she goes, "Yeah, I think I am complicit." I still don't think she understood.
No, she's complicit, but it's not because she wakes up in the morning and says, "How can I screw everything up?" She's just doing what she was raised to be.
Let's see. Ivanka.
You're giving her too much credit for thinking. Because I get no and no. She doesn't even know what she's looking at. She doesn't even understand what she's looking at. She walked away from the White House to get away from all that thing, but she's totally unprepared for what's coming for her. But her middle card is, you guys give her credit for thinking, and she doesn't.
Yeah, she got rid of all the chaotic. She was really feeling it in the first time around in the administration. She felt the heat because I got the 6 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't her jam to be in that kind of light. She wasn't liked. She actually feels like she didn't make as much money as she could have being in the White House the first time. So she bugged out because she didn't like the heat. The current energy is looking abroad, having a celebration with 9 of Cups and strength. So I think she's feeling all proud, and she's got more dealings going on, looking abroad for things, making money, moving forward. 4 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Reflections and looking at things differently, at the energy coming at her. Outcome, 10 of Cups, happy home. King of Cups, feels like Jared. Knight of Cups, someone else coming in. An Emperor. Jeez. She's all about herself and power. So vapid, yes. This shows she's got some good things coming for her coming up. It feels like she's positioning herself for after the felon goes bye-bye. And whatever dealing she's got going on, it's setting her and her husband are set up with projects, with money. So rubbing her nose. Not really.
Yeah, I don't think she understands that part of it.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
she
like
understands how obnoxious she is.
It's all about power for her and the future, and she really doesn't like social media. I feel like she'll post something being all glamorous, but she will not go back and look at the comments because she knows the hatred. So she kind of stays away from the social media aspect. She does a lot of projection of power and fabulousness for her own bravado, but she hates it. So she really wants to move on from daddy.
Yeah. Got to realize that's her anchor to what is mature behavior, and God help us all. Why should we pay for Israel's free health care and free higher education? That's true. Why should we? We shouldn't. And I think that's some of what's coming to light and some of what people are finally learning about. Will we reject the GOP movement that the church and state be combined? Will the next Congress put that in? Let's see for sure.
I mean, it's all talk and policy. There's no law, right? Well, unless you're in Texas.
There is if you have a Supreme Court that looks at it and says separation of church and state means separation of church and state. In Texas, they just passed a law that every kid has to read the Bible in their classes in our public education.
Hopefully they read the good parts.
That's what those kids will go find, the good parts, let me tell you.
But yeah, it's just this policy of this administration. It's ridiculous. There's no law to, combine the two.
Yeah, I see the outcome is 10 of coins, which means they want a whole and happy family. And what I see is it's not going to go through. They're going to be put forth by liars. It's put forth by people who speak not in good faith. King of Cups upside down. It's not going to be an idea that can really set into people's minds, and they're not getting everybody in the same boat. So I see it's going to be rejected. I think that's part of that cleaning up the corruption in the government. We need to get Alito off the Supreme Court. That's what we need to do. Do you know when he was in college, he had a thing that he wanted women to not be able to have any role in the campus life.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because he was such a jerk.
Horrible decisions. This last week.
Will the language of the 2027 defense bill about merging Israel and U.S. militaries, was this a way to circumvent the current American sentiments for not giving money and weighing it? I don't know anything about that bill. Do you know anything about it?
Merging. I don't feel this happening.
Okay.
It's probably language that was stuffed in there, and because they want 1.5 trillion for next year. I don't think it's going to pass. There's a lot of money hawks out there pissed off right now.
I'm just going to ask if they will ever merge the two militaries. Although, they share information, but I see merged as a much more.
Yeah, I don't understand what I'm merging in. There's always, cooperation between NATO countries and whatnot, and joint.
No. And they are all major arcanas. So that's a pretty firm no, guys, when it's all major arcanas.
Yeah, I get mixed. Mixed, no.
Yeah.
There's always partnerships and sharing intel, but actual merging militaries, no. Heck, we're not wanted in the Middle East anymore. All our bases are destroyed.
I know. They're very, very upset because they're little countries that they had created as safe havens. A lot of Brits moved into the Arab Peninsula and were living in the big cities and stuff until the drones started flying by their high-rise apartments. And they said, maybe London isn't that unsafe.
It's going to cost over $500 million to repair the 17 bases that were hit.
Do Republican congresspersons and senators understand how bullies work? Yes, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a question.
They just do it.
Mm-hmm.
They understand manipulation. They've been doing it for 20-some years, and they've learned well how to be a bully, how to mix the messaging. They become very good liars.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's sad. It's like Tom Emmer. That dude from Minnesota. He's like the number 3 in the House.
Oh, really?
Number 2, one of the two. And in past years, he was very supportive of the Somali immigrants being in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
They bring to the community. Now the other day, he's calling them frauds, telling them they need to go back home and all this stuff, He just changes his messaging to fit the tide and to please the Orange King.
Mm-hmm.
Became a horrible human being when he was a normal Republican 10 plus years ago.
Do we see more people sentenced to 50 years? No. I see fewer people getting sent. See fewer cases being even brought. Federal courts have set up new guidelines because they keep bringing in such lies about that they just don't even do it.
This is so ridiculous.
Okay. Do the Trump cards show that the Trump Texas reasoning for the notion that there's no separation? No. They're going to try for it, guys, and Texas has done it with what it did this week, but let's see what we got. But we're out of questions. Oh, I got more.
Yeah, there's plenty in there. I don't know where you're at, but there's one I'm interested in at 1049.
Okay, let me go down and find it.
But you might miss other ones if you're holding your space.
No. I found one that relates to me about birthright citizenship, but your family's been on the land in Wisconsin forever, right, Scott?
Yeah, since my family developed some land to be from farmers late 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Came over from Switzerland on my dad's side. Whole bunch of families came. Kublis have come from Switzerland. and establish themselves in southern Wisconsin here.
I'm getting there, people. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything that's. It's which one?
Nanette Hardy, U.S. astrology charts, possibility of another pandemic.
Okay. Okay. And Dorothy, you're in the chat, I know, so if you can comment. Dorothy doesn't predict big pandemics and things like that usually, but we know that stuff's up there, so.
Well, this administration is definitely trying to get another pandemic.
Yeah, they're trying to get Ebola over here as fast as they can. Dallas is the one city that a guy got in and he died of Ebola here, and he got a whole bunch of the medical staff very sick. Was treating him.
Pandemic. Is there any other pandemic?
Yes and no. It's not going to be as bad as the other one, but we know it's coming. But we're not building our guards up enough against it. It's going to be a tough one because it's going to be people being together. It's going to be part of it. And it's going to be, we're going to go back into hibernation again, isolation. And the Ace of Cups we'll come out of it okay, but it's not going to be as long or as hard as COVID was.
Kind of interesting, but I got the last pandemic in the past position.
Mm-hmm.
5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, 4 of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
Those 3 together tell me that there's COVID, the financial loss and isolation of the happy family, and 4 of Swords, rest and recovery. Current energy of a pandemic in 30. 9 of Cups, I get satisfaction. 5 of Swords, unhealthy. And Knight of Swords. That tells me it's in the stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tells me a pandemic is in the stars. So I believe the astrology is there for this. Moving forward, I get the Devil.
Mm-hmm.
So that could come from bad testing again and experimenting. 6 of Swords, moving from turbulent times, and then the Magician. So all the tools are at hand. Beginning of something significant. Okay, what I'm getting here from this, there is a company, like the Wuhan thing, right? But they're experimenting with things to make things better. Like
Mm-hmm.
to stop pandemics. Okay. So I'm sensing like about this time, there might be a leak or something, but it's controlled. It's a possible pandemic because they're working on like prevention.
Mm-hmm.
But there is an issue that comes up. But I think with the Ace of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and Chariot in the end, it's taken care of quickly. And it's not a pandemic.
Yeah.
There is the possibility there because what I'm seeing now and feeling is like there is some kind of leak or some kind of infection, but we get it under control quickly.
Okay.
But they're working at, like I said, it's just showing me like they're working on something to save the universe and save people, actually having funding. But
Mm-hmm.
something happens. But we get it under control because we have responsible leadership at this point. So I believe, the astrology charts are right, but I don't see it blowing up to be.
Okay.
On the bottom of the deck, I get illusion, delusion, fantasy, wishful thinking. It's almost like some people want a pandemic to happen again.
Yeah, so they can all not wear masks and stuff. Okay. Will Gina and Hinojosa give Greg Abbott competition for the governorship? Let's see if what Hinojosa's chances are.
Gina win. Oh, I know, right? I couldn't imagine 12 years of Abbott.
Oh, trust me. You just wake up every day and say, oh, that again. It's like a bad marriage you can't divorce your way out of, Scott. You just wake up every day and hope you make it through.
It's Groundhog Day. That movie, Groundhog Day. Wake up every day, the same thing.
Yep. She's going to bring an end.
Gina beating Abbott. What's that chance?
Yeah, she's going to bring an end to him. And these are all 3 yeses at the end. It doesn't look good for her at the beginning because she's having a hard time getting things started. But at the end, it's looking better.
Oh.
What'd you get?
She starts off with the star. Ending. Okay. Top and bottom is the star and the hangman. So there's a transition, and she's the star that brings new hope and prospects. There's a little bit of difficulty with finances.
That's true. He's got $100 million, people.
Great.
To say nothing but how wonderful he is. Governor Wheelie.
She comes as a Queen of Swords, the intelligent one, professional, independent, organized woman. In the past, we got Governor Wheelie coming in as the emperor. Confidence and with temperance. Kind of weird, but that's what he comes in as. Moving forward, I get the voters are looking inside themselves with the Hermit. 2 of Wands looking for change, and the Lovers attracting different aspects. Outcome. Many people are worried they're going to have Abbott again.
So they need to get out and vote for Hinojosa.
I think
even if they've never voted before, and get registered now and check your registration the month before and take a picture of it on the phone that you were registered. So when they try to go into voting places, they say, oh, you're not on the rolls. You can say, but I was this many days ago. Explain to me how I was removed. And there's going to be lawyers' numbers that you can call. I mean, it's going to be like when we were fighting for Obama.
The other outcomes are the new passion of the Knight of Wands, the liberation with Judgment, and the 6 of Swords, moving on from Abbott. I think she wins. I see her winning. That means Tallarico wins too.
I know. Well, Tallarico's going to carry her. And then we have to just hope he doesn't turn into a Fetterman.
As long as Paxton doesn't remove a bunch of people off the votes again or something, you know.
That's why I'm telling people they need to check their registration early enough to go change it. I mean, like 5 days before see, you have to be registered to vote in Texas 30 days before the election. And you have to know, you'll be, if you're in Texas and you really want to keep track of all that, you can follow me. Go to Ballotpedia. They have the whole thing written up about how to deal with that. Dorothy, Mercury retrograde tomorrow through the 29th. Yes, we already know that. I already found that out, Dorothy, when I opened up my computer and nothing worked.
Yeah, it's pre-retro. It's affecting.
Yes, they used to never hit me, but man, now. Okay. Will Mandami's influence in the New York primaries have any impact on other states? Yes, I think so.
Well, it's already hitting Wisconsin for governor. Because Francesca Hong is running to be, and she's self-proclaimed Democrat socialist. And everyone's comparing her to the next Mandami in Wisconsin.
That's good. Look what Mandami's done for New York. I'd stand up and cheer.
Problem is, Wisconsin's the 50-50. But if we keep the momentum, we had a 20-point win, and
yeah, but New York, people have to politic the way he politicked, though. His people went out in the streets, and I get a yes and a no. I guess it's going to be a mixed bag. For those that aren't ready for it, he's there. The problem is going to be money, that he can bring money in. It's not going to a lot of understanding of what he wants to do won't make it there in time. Eventually judgment will come and people will understand what he's doing, but not in a time to take action. Fool means at this point taking action. So I just think it's a matter of socialism is great if it's for big business. Socialism is not great if it's for people. Just remember that. I mean, if you're a big business, you want the government to come in and bail your butt out. So
I get that word. Yes, there is good momentum with the Mandami effect. 4 of coins, 10 of coins, King of Cups. He's beginning to be seen as a good leader. 7 of coins, reaping, judgment, Knight of Cups, all good cards to move forward. Chariot, Sun, and the Devil. So there are opposing forces with that Devil, but there's a lot of good momentum with that Mandami effect.
Good. Glad to see it. This is my question. Will the Supreme Court going to disappoint us again? Okay. Well, let's ask if the Supreme Court's going to vote against birthright citizenship.
Oh, birthright.
Huh?
I just said, oh, okay, birthright. Okay. How can you change something that's in the Constitution?
I don't know, but I'm packing my snow boots. I'll be closer to you, Scott. I'll be just over the border.
Birthright. Let's go with this. Lovers, King Coins, page 1s.
I got no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think they're going to try to do something that's going to sort of fix some rules they made, do something about ones from now on. That'll all get overturned eventually anyway. But no, there's too much pressure on them to keep things peaceful. And gee, the Supreme Court doing something that's not justice? I mean, really, how silly of them.
It's just ridiculous that we create laws and to have 6 people be able to overturn things or interpret.
That's the only thing that I
document in a different light.
That's one of the things I think Biden did wrong in that first term when he had control. They should have built more people into the Supreme Court. And then you get into that tit for tat. Each time you get a president, they change the number of justices. But
yeah, that's why it should be a law created, not just some president executive order. We're changing things because that'll be overturned. I would think. So yeah, should it be? Yes, but it should be a law coming from, like I think Jamie Raskin or someone has pointed that out to have a law, or it's written.
Well, that's why Roe v. Wade was so easy to overturn. the Dems had years to codify that Roe v. Wade, and they didn't, because that's when the Republicans were building up their little churchy folks.
Yeah. Anyway, my card toss, I just don't see a
change.
really against High Priestess, Queen of Wands, and Nine of Coins. It's there. It doesn't show any negative on the ruling. Other tosses show a little bit. Hierophant, Two of Cups, and Nine of Swords. So the government ruling, or the SCOTUS, in partnership, has anxieties about changing it. Going against the Constitution of which has been there forever. I do have a Page of Swords, so there might be a carve out of something. I don't know. But I do have a Page of Swords. A small carve out or some mixed message. But I just can't see how they can change that.
Will Leon Black show up for the subpoena interview about the Epstein files? What's he know and will he talk? Well,
he showed up the other day and said nothing.
Okay.
So now they're going after him from contempt and the subpoena. Okay. I guess the other day was a willingly show up, I guess, or requested. So now he's going to get subpoenaed, or he's going to have criminal contempt charges.
Okay. What are we reading about? Will he show up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will he come back and talk, I guess?
Okay.
Because he wouldn't say a word. Nothing like showing your guilt, right?
Yeah, he's going to come back. And they're going to get more out of him than they thought they would, Scott. He's not there for justice. He's there to tell his little lies and say it his own way. But because the questioners are going to be so clear and concise, a couple of them are really going to race in and try to get the truth out of him. And people will see the truth, whether the truth comes out of his mouth or it's just information from the Epstein files that they're able to get out more.
Whoa.
What'd you get?
He's heavily burdened of what he knows,
or
what could be exposed. Chariot, 9 of Coins, that info, and then 10 of Wands. Heavy stress. He didn't want to do this. He was hoping to escape accountability. Moving forward, Queen of Coins, Knight of Swords, and decision making. So that's showing a full court press. And with that Knight of Swords coming in, and he's like, what do I do? What do I do? In the end, we get wishes fulfilled, change of heart with a Wheel of Fortune, and a death card. Ending of a situation. So it sure seems like he's going to have to talk and come in.
Yeah, I think it's going to be how he gets questions. He's going to get tripped up. Okay, we're having an argument with our audience, Scott. That's BS about China not being polluted. It's Chinese propaganda. It's so polluted. Check the Daily Pollution Index. CCP, China has polluted air, water, and toxic food. And they got that from Sky Don't Lie. So thank you, Weezy Squeezebox. We always take.
I mean,
but they have been
there is pollution and there is problems, but
they've developed more of the clean technology than we have.
Yeah, that was the only comment.
Okay.
I'm not giving them any. There's still a dictatorship. They still kill people.
And them having a dog meat market just follows them razor wiring people into a building during COVID, Same group of troopers. Okay, one more question. What will happen to the right-wing podcasters like Candace Owens? Will they still have any influence after November? Of course they will. There will always be the mindless. I'm not even late. I'll pull one card.
That's why I think they're shifting their narrative just a little bit.
Yep. There are all going to be grifters and liars and the Queen of Cups upside down, people who don't see the future properly. They've always been there. What did you get, Scott?
Yeah. Ace of Cups. They're always going to have a space.
Mm-hmm.
That's their life. But it's always going to be negative. Ace of Cups with their space and Knight of Swords with their, because that's what brings people in. They'll always have their core, people that need to see it.
People who want to have their prejudices reaffirmed.
Yes.
Just like some of you show up to our show. Same reason. It's okay.
Inspiration.
Okay, it's time for us to pull an oracle card. Or two.
Okay.
This week I've got my show on Tuesday at 1. July 3rd, I'm doing a kind of a holiday marathon with Sabrina Savard, and I will send you the link to that if you're on my channel so you can see it. And she wanted us all to have a patriotic t-shirt, and I don't have any that are overtly patriotic, so I found during Prime Days, I found the cheapest t-shirt I could, and it's got a crumbling American flag on it, so the best I can do. But we'll be there from like 11, I think, on for the day, for the holiday. And I don't think I've got a reading tomorrow that was supposed to be Thursday, and the lady don't ask me how people do this, she got lost at a farmer's market.
Oh no.
So she didn't make her appointment. And no. So if you want a reading, this is a great week to get your readings. 6-month readings are available through my website of crystaldirections.com, and also that's kind of all the things I know of right now. Things still occasionally just pop up, but it's 6-month readings, regular readings. They say the planets are all shifting. Although if I hear one more reader get on and say, this is a month we've been really waiting for, because I remember hearing all these people in the first 3 months say, gets past these 3 months and it's going to be smooth sailing. And then each month it became one more giant thing happened after another. And now they're saying, oh, well, this is the month we've been waiting for, and all these things are going to happen. And, and I look at the stars and they all make sense universally, but go get your own chart read. Don't worry about everybody else's chart.
I pretty much got the same cards as I did as the initial reading.
Really?
Wheel of Fortune. Delays are over. Mm-hmm. Luck is coming this week. Ace of Winter. Ace of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth card. Amazing ideas are implemented.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Hangman, Awakening. Changes are on their way from a situation. Embrace the change, the temporary pause. I think this could really be a good big week.
So, I'm not denying it. Besides the fact, some people will have a vacation at the end of the week. Okay, what I pulled was the power of prayer. Prayer is our opportunity for clarity, peace, wisdom, and connecting not only with the divine, but also with the divinity that is within yourself. Remember, Salaphon is the archangel that's most associated with prayers. He is said to lift up our messages from the highest light and bring back answers to prayers in a way which we can understand and identify. If you're feeling stuck, now is the time to reach out and reach up to your angels, teachers, and guides. So it's a good week to work on the happiness inside yourself. Oh, one thing I am thinking about doing, Scott, and I'm taking a little survey with my group here because you're my favorite people. I'm thinking about starting a little bit of a book club. And I found 2 sets of series of books that would be lots of, I think they're really interesting because what they focus on is people, one's called The Accidental Medium, and it's a whole series of books about how this woman figures out she's a medium and then how does she grow and how does she become more enlightened about it. And then another one is A Pure Witchy Woo, and it's all about a lot of Wiccan and elemental information. And it's 4 books about women, older women and older adults. Actually, there's some men in 2 of them that find out I've got these powers now. How do I develop them? And what I liked about the books was having been through that, having been through the growth cycles to some extent, not like one of these women's grows, but the interesting part in the book is it gives you a chance to reflect on what you went through when you became aware, and you'll see them rush into their powers and then go, oh shit, I don't want to do this, and go the other way. I mean, which we all do. So it's kind of fun.
Sounds cool.
So I'm thinking about doing that. So if you subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified about that, but it will be a membership feature because I want people who really make a commitment to doing it. If I'm going to spend the time going through those books, I'm going to make sure. So, and you have a lovely time in Wisconsin. How's your weather doing today?
Possible brief showers, but nice.
Okay.
70s, but the week's gonna get hot.
Yeah.
Not as hot as other places, but pushing 100 feel.
Well, I would 100 in the middle of the Midwest is a lot more worse than 100 here any day of the week. I mean, we don't talk about it much, but it is dry heat. Anyway, everybody else, if you want a reading, get a hold of me. I look forward to seeing Scott next weekend, and then I'll let you know about the weekends after what we're going to do. But I'm going to have another reader in with me, not just Sean. Although he does have his computer broke. He's been off the air for a week.
Oh no!
Gonna go get a new computer. Poor baby. Goodbye.